Hi guys, and welcome to Microsoft Access tutorial of a stock control management system. And let me show you guys how this works. If I click on exit, I can exit, but I don't want to. Reset? No, I don't want to reset. The total, as you can tell, the total add up all the values. But supposing our customer would like another product, you as the sales assistant just go ahead, select whatever product the customer wants. That's all you need to do. But supposing we have in here select new product, all of the data in there is gone. So all you just need to do is then select the new product, enter how many order. Let's say we have about 54 and so on, and right here order details, customer ID, and the name of the customer. Let's say the name of the customer is Mary Allen, number 12, Willett Road. There. And right here, all we then need to do is select if the item is in sales or not. Any discount, let's say about 15%. And here, VAT, yes, type of account, credit, and right here we have Visa card. All we then need to do is just click on total. There we go. And that's it. So now let's check out the details of Mary Allen and go straight into the table or onto the table right here. So make sure your total is clicked on. Okay, then just double click on this or right click on it. We should be able to see the details of Mary Allen right there. Okay, now I'm going to close the table. There we go. So now that we know how it works, okay, we can also just come back in here, start another new product, select whatever, and enter how many we want in there. Let's say we want about 70 something, and in here other details, name, let's say the name is Sonny Anthony. Address of Sonny Anthony, number 17, Little Venice. And discount 20, no VAT, debit card, and let's enter MasterCard for him. There we go. So that is it. So all we then need to now do is just click on total. There. So let's have a look at the table. Right there, double click on the table. We should be able to see Sonny Anthony right there. Okay, let's go back to our table or to our form. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Microsoft Access environment, and we'll put one of these together. Okay, let's exit out and start a new project entirely. But first of all, we're going to have to create a new table. So I'm going to come in here, click on create, let's select table, and just right click on it, save that very table. I'm going to call it, let's say, stock system, and click on OK. So right click on this and let's go straight to the design view. Right inside the design view, you see this field with the primary key. I'm going to get rid of that primary key. We're not going to need a primary key there. I'm just going to call that very field product name, product ID. There. With the product ID, you see the data type. I'm going to make that as short fields. And my reason for making it short field and taking up the primary key is because the product ID is reusable. So now let's come straight to the field property here. Inside the field property, you see where we have lookup. Click on lookup. Display control. Click on that, drop this down and select combo box. Right inside the combo box, the question is, what do I want in there? I'm going to change this. You see here where we have a role source type, change that to value list. Once you change that to value list, then underneath that you have role source. Change that very role source to select product ID. So that's my very first one. I'm going to put a comma there. And the next one is going to be, let's say, PID 036501. So that is my, well, this one should be the D. That is the reference number of the product. So I'm going to just copy. I need 5 of those in there. So the next one is going to be, that will be 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have my 5 product in there. So I just want to copy this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to paste it in a notepad so that you see everything properly. So let's open up Notepad, paste that in there. There we go. Look at that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I guess you get the whole idea. So using a combo box, you have a drop down list to take care of that. That is good. So the next one here is going to be known as product name. So grab hold of these and just enter product name there. That is going to be short fields, followed by description, short name as well, then stock level. Stock level, we change that to number. And here, let's go for reorder level. Reorder level will be number as well. That's the data type. Then out of stock, that will be number as well. Now we have number of order. That is the customer's number of order. That will be numbers. Then we have the cost. So we can change that straight to currency. And here we have reorder. Reorder date. Data type will be date. Date and time. Then we have action. That will be short string. Then we have valid date or valid from. That will be date and time. I'm showing all of these to the guy who requested for this tutorial as a beginner, because he's a beginner. So remainder, so the remainder, that will be number as well. Now let's come back to, let's say date expire. The date expires. That will be date and time. We are almost there. Then on sales. On sales, we're going to be using short field as well, but the thing is we have to come straight to the lookup here. You see, not general, go to the lookup display control. The control I intend to use for that is going to be combo box, and we change the source to valid list, and in here we enter if it's on sales or not. We can just say on sales, comma, and not on sales. There we go. Okay, now the next field that I'm going to add will be order ID. The order ID, we're going to be using design display control as well. Select combo box, and here row source type, let's change that to value fields and source. Okay, with the row source you can type it in here directly, or you can even click on these three buttons in there and just type in your item in there. Okay, let's assume I've just typed it all in. There we go. According to the instruction, type it on separate lines. There, all you just need to do is click on OK, and that's it right there. Okay, now the next one underneath is going to be customer ID. The customer ID, I'm going to repeat the same thing. Since you guys get the whole idea, I'm just going to change that to value list and change row source as well. Just enter my details there. That is for the customer there. Now the next field, that is going to be first name, surname. As you can see that the data type is short fields. Then we have address. Then we're going to have date ordered. Date, let's say ordered. Change that to date and time. And here we have item ordered. So we just enter the name in there. Then we have number of item. This is to do with the customer information. Now number item, we put that as number. And is there going to be any discount? So the discount, with the discount, let's come into lookup as well. Change this to combo box, and where we have row source type, let's change that to value list. And underneath here, let's change the row source. I'm going to enter 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. Those are the discounts we have for our customer. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. So that is taken care of. Now let's come in here, VAT. With the VAT, I'm going to go in here as well, change that to a combo box. So change it to value list, and VAT is going to be yes, you have to pay for the VAT. No, you don't have to pay. Let's say over 65, don't have to pay anything. That's for VAT. Now let's come back in here. The next one we want to take care of is account type. With the account type, so let's use my combo box as well and change this to value list, and in here, there we go, that's the different accounts that we have. And we then have pay method or method of payment. Okay, now come in here and change this as well. The lookup combo box, change this to value list and enter our method of payment. There we go. Okay, that should be about 26 now. So let's go for, we have tax in here. Let's change that to currency. Then we have subtotal. That's going to be currency as well. Then we have total. There we go. And that's it. We just finished creating our table. There, I'm going to make sure that it's saved. There we go. So if we right click and go to data view, there we go, that's it. And let's close this table. The next step is for us now to create a form. Click on create, select blank form, and right in there automatically you see the field list are displayed. But before I do any other thing, I'm going to right click up here and let's select design view. There we go. Let's close the field list for now. I'm just going to extend my blank form that much. Now, for you to see the field list, click on design, and right here add existing fields. There. But I want to do one thing before I start adding any other thing to the system. I'm going to go back to design. You see where we have tab control. Just click and drag one here. That is your tab control. There. Okay. You might not need the tab, but your tab control is right here. There we go. Now, let's right click on this tab so that we can select the property, or you can go straight to design. Inside the design, there's a property. You need the properties. You want to give your tab a name. So the name I'm going to give to this is going to be stock control. That is good enough for me. Since we have a table, do we really need the second tab? No, I don't need the second tab, so I'm going to get rid of that very tab. Delete. So we're only left with one tab. Okay, you see the form itself. Select the form. You don't have to do this. I just want to change the back color. Click on that. I'm going to change the back color to cadet blue. The color that I want might be here somewhere, but I need to make sure the calculation is right for it. So the official calculation that I'm aware of is 95 158 by 160. That is the cadet blue color. Click on OK. There we go. That is fine. Okay, the next thing now that I'm going to do, I'm now going to go back to my design view here, and I will select option group. Just draw that there. Okay, that's my option group there. I'm going to delete the frame and just increase this option how you want. So let's come in here. You see where we have the back color of that option. I'm going to change it to cadet blue as well, which is officially there for me now. Then the border style, see, border width, I'm going to change that to 2, and the border color, I'm going to make that black. There. So that's good enough for me. I can even copy this. I'm going to copy it, Control C, and let's paste it, Control V. So I have to reduce this. I'm going to be using this underneath here. I'm also going to copy this again, copy, Control C, and Control V, paste. Let's see where is the other one. Yeah, it's right up here. And select this, bring it in here. Very good. It's now a child of this very one. Okay, let's reposition this. Just this alone, select this alone, and bring it down. Alright, so let's take care of this other one here. This one here. I'm going to take it up a little bit more and just drag it all the way. Okay, I think that's what we do. And do that a little bit so that I can see the edge. Yeah, something like that. Okay, if I right click up here now, I just want to see how that's going to look like for now. Okay, not too bad. So we still have to move it up a little bit or reduce this. That's good. Now let's go straight into adding the components on board. Right click and go back to design view. Now for now we don't need the properties. We'll be coming back to the properties. We'll be using the properties a lot. So let's readjust this a little bit more. Very good. Now go back to design view and let's select add existing fields. The existing field is the table that we've just created, stock system. So I'm going to grab whole of product ID, click, drag and drop it right there. We have one there. Let's move it here where we can see it. So that will be the very first item up there. Okay, click on the next one. So I can now select it all, drag this and bring it there. There we go. So I need the form and remainder. Drag, drop it here. Then we need date and sales here. Customer ID, order ID, name, address, drag, drop in here. Very good. Come in here now. Then I need item. Okay, let's put date order here as well. We need some room for that. Yeah. Then I need the item and so on. Item, number of order, discounts up here. Move it up. Then we need VAT, account type and payments there. Alright. Now here I will need tax, subtotal and so on. There they are. You might not be able to see anything now. Well, I'm going to do one thing. Let's see if I can select it all. Let's select all of these and these and these. Come in here and change that to, I'm going to change that to, let's say 4.7. Very good. Come in here and change that to about 22. Yeah, 22. And the color, font color as well. For color, let's change it to something dark. There we go. Look at that. That's good. So if I right click up here now, yeah, look at how it's looking. It looks rough, but at least it's taking shape. We're gonna have to tidy up things a little bit more. And as you can see, I've mistakenly left out some components in there. So I'm going to right click and go back to design view. And let's select the, yeah, and change that to, that is for the cost. Change that to 22. The for color, change it to black. And the size, let's change that to 4.7. Okay, that might be too much. So 899 centimeter. All right, that's good. So I've finished with all that. All I just need to now do is to tidy up before we start putting together some lines of codes. So let's select all of this and just reposition it properly. Something like that. Now, just this alone, individually. You have to do them individually, else it's not going to work how you want. There we go. Bring this down. There. And here, take that up, this up as well. So that is what we're going to be doing for all of the components. I guess you get the whole idea now. And you can see the combo box there, just as we put it together right at the beginning. Now let's run this and see how those rectified one will look like. Run. Drop this down, then we can select. There we go. That is good. So let's repeat the same process for all these other ones here, and I'm going to have to rectify here as well. Just modify it. Design view, scroll right down, just drag this that much. Tax, just click on the edge so that you can separately amend it how you want, and take this here as well. Okay, now select, that is where you will display your components. So now you guys get the whole idea. I'm going to have to speed up the whole interface modification, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay, the interface design is taken care of, so I'm going to right click up here and just click on form there. So I will add 3 buttons here, and here there is a mistake here that can be rectified, but I would leave the variable name as the same. So let's come into design view here. I'm just going to change that to address, but this one I will leave it the way it is, because that will be the official variable name. So that is fine. Now here, let's add some buttons. Go back to your design. I believe this is the button. Here, click on that, and let's just paste it right in here. So the very first button I'm going to add here will be for save. As you can see, it's now giving me an option, so I'm going to delete that. Let's go back into the design. You see right here, drop this down. We want to select use Control with Z. So click on that. Now select the button again and paste right there. Control with Z should pop up with some. There we go with the dialog. Alright, so let's come right here. You see where we have record operations. I'm going to select save. Click on correct, next. And here where we have the text, I will change the text to total. The whole operation is still going to be for save though. So click on next there, and I'll just change the name to CMB total. That's the first one done. Finish. So drag it that much. I'll rectify that later on. Now let's add another button. Paste another one here. This would be for my insert new or add new record, something like that. Yeah, that's good. Add new record. Click on next. I'm going to change that to resets. There we go. Click on next, and the name will be CMB resets. Click on finish. So we have that there. Then the last one is going to be for exit. So let's make sure we have this thing is of the same size. And let's bring it here and drag it and make sure it's of the same size. There we go. Then I'll position it. Now back into my design, click on the next one, paste that here. That would be for exit. So go to record operations, and let's select form operations. Let's select close form. You see here we have application close. If you did application quit, if you then dare choose that, it will close all of your applications. So let's choose close form, this very one. Click on next. So in there, I'll just enter exit and click on next and change that to CMB exit. There, that is it, finish, and just resize the whole components there. And now I'm going to select it all and just increase the font size to something much more readable. Well, first of all, let's come in here. See where we have the border width. I'm going to make that 2. Border color, make that black. Now I need the font. Let's see if we can get hold of it. Right here, that's the font. So let's select it all. That's the font. I'm going to make that much more, something more pronounced, maybe 48. Yeah, or maybe 50 even. 52, why not? Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Then change the font's color to black. There we go. Okay, so let's just reposition it properly. And there we go, guys. So I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial. And I'll see you guys shortly.